Okay, so for 9-8, we're getting into some fun hands-on stuff. So that's why we have the cubes today. All right, so we're going to be working on drawing three-dimensional figures. So our objectives are to draw isometric and orthographic views of three-dimensional figures, and to draw figures in 1-point, 2-point, and 3-point perspective. So kind of crazy. All right, so first of all, an isometric view, if we start there, is this one right here. That first one is isometric. Okay, because it provides a corner view, okay, of three sides of a solid. All the vertical lines are drawn vertically, and the horizontal lines are drawn 30 degrees above. Okay, so just a little bit. Or below the horizontal, so that each dimension is scaled equally. For this, we're going to use isometric dot paper, which is what you see in example 1. Okay, it is called isometric dot paper.
Wait, but they're not lined up.
They're not supposed to be. Yeah, they're not supposed to be, because we'll draw like the lines between them and we'll draw some shapes. Then we also have an orthographic view. So orthographic, well, first of all, too, isometric, would you call isometric a 2D or a 3D?
3D.
Okay, isometric is 3D, where orthographic is 2D. Okay, so it's providing two-dimensional views of an object, and we can show up to 6 different sides of it. Typically, it's going to be the top, front, and the left that are going to show up for orthographic for us. Now, this is like what drafting and engineers, when they're drafting buildings or different things, they're going to have all these different views of the buildings in the blueprints. Hmm? You want a building shape like that? Yeah, it looks pretty cool. So these are all three for the same shape. Okay, this is that shape that we see here, the isometric. Okay, this is the orthographic view of it. Okay, so we're looking, so if we can look at 6 different views, okay, but again, we're going to stick with 3 usually, top, front, and right.
So that's like if you were looking at it from that angle, that's all you would see.
That's all you would see. Like if you were dead in front of it, that's all you would see. Much like, you know, if we take the A, if we look at the front of the A, it looks like an A, right? So here, let me see if I could trace this a little bit so we could see it on the screen. So we built this A before class, or before we started notes, with our blocks. Okay, so this is the front view. Okay, if I take this A and I turn it to the right, you see what I see there? Okay, so this is the right view. Okay, if I take this A and I turn it, and the other thing I might put here, well, you can infer that like this is 1 cube, this is another cube, this is 3, this is 4. So this is, the right is 4 tall. So now if I want to look at the top, okay, my top, I can't, it's so small, it's harder to trace. My top view looks like this of my A, because it's only 3. So if I showed this here, maybe if I set it down, we could see. So there's my top view, or my front view. Okay, if I look at the right, it's just 4 tall. Take it back, there's my front view. If I stand up and just look at the top, it's 3 across. Does that make sense? Those are the orthographic views of this A. Okay. So we're like, you know, if we look at the S, it would also, it looks more complex here. Okay, and then the right side, well, it's just 5 up, but we would notice something is different here because it's got a gap, so we would note that. And then I look at my S and my top, it's still 3 across. It's the same top view that my A had. Okay. All right. And let's see, solid lines represent the visible edges that we can see. All right, so for example 1, we want to use the isometric dot paper to draw a rectangular prism that's 2 units high, 5 units long, and 4 units wide. Okay, so again, isometric, we're going to go vertical. Okay, it says vertical lines are drawn vertically. Everything else is drawn 30 degrees above. So let's do our height first. And we might try to do a couple of them. Do what? Not quite in the corner because you're going to have to give it some length and some width. So, so you can come over a little bit. So you want to go up 1 and up 2. Okay, where you can get it vertical. Okay, now we want to go 5 units long. So again, the horizontal lines are drawn at a 30-degree angle. So you're going to slant it just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, I picked the perfect amount. That's a shocker. Okay, so it's just that 30-degree slant.
Oh, and then so I'm guessing for like the 4, you do it the opposite way.
Yeah, for the 4 units wide,
Mine is too close to the ground. Yours is 2.
you're going to do it the other way. Nope. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah, mine is too close to the edge.
4. But now we have to make that into a shape, right? So because we're making a rectangular prism. So once we get here, each of those sides, that's like the base edge, so it has to come up 2 for my height. And on my other side, it has to come up vertically 2 to accommodate my height. Nice. Okay, do I need to pause? Okay. And then I need a top edge, so I have to connect the top. So I'm going to connect the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my length and draw my top edge for my width. 1, 2, hold on, I think I got off there. 3, 4, no I didn't, okay. Maybe it's looking more like a rectangular prism. Okay, maybe not. What do you think? You feel like it's looking more like a rectangular prism?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I've got to take, well, I need to go back my width. So I need to go from my red and blue vertex over here, I need to go back 4 for my width. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I need to go with my length so I can connect my 2 vertices. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on, that does not look right.
Yes, it does.
Does it? Okay. I'm
Yeah.
standing at a weird angle.
Because mine is just, my 4 is on this side and
Okay.
mine's on this side.
I was like, I was standing at a weird angle. I'm like, that does not look right after all. And so you might try to make another one if you want. Like you might do a 3 by 2 by 3 or something, and just play with it a little bit and see what you can build. So let's see. I'm gonna do one that's 3 tall. 1, 2, 3, and let's do 2 wide and 3. 1, 2, 3 wide.
I don't have enough room for that.
You don't have enough room for that? I don't want to trace. I need to go back to, hold on. Right, so you could make a smaller one, even if you just make a 1 by 1 cube. Like sometimes that's kind of challenging. Well, see, I just screwed that one up myself. I'll put it in a different place. But just kind of, play with it a little bit and try to make some shapes with it. You can also, I saw Caden do this, so you can also put your dash lines in there if you want to. So you could do like 1, hold on, that's crooked. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you should have 1, 2, because it's too tall, and then 1, 2, 3.
Nope.
Nope, hold on. I should have come down one more.
You need to go diagonal.
Yeah, I was like, my direction there is bad, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. Uh-huh. Okay, so then it goes... Goodness. See, no, mine was wrong. I was just saying. Like, my dash lines are messed up now.
No, they're not. Here, I'll show you.
Okay.
1. It's not working.
Okay, I see.
No, you're going up too high. You gotta start at the bottom.
See, it's the slant that I'm at. It's killing me. I know, I have to slowly erase all of them. And I'll just let you draw them in. How about that?
Yeah, I'm just gonna draw them.
Yeah, I'll leave them gray. But I'm like, it's easier to just draw the line. Okay, here you go. I'll let you draw them in.
So we got 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
Okay, perfect. There we go. Thank you. I was like, yeah. I know, the board is harder. So you could draw those in as well so you could see like where they are if you want to dash them or however. But that is isometric dot paper. We're going to do some more that's harder on the back. Or on the, not on the back, on the front. Yeah, further down. Okay, so we're going to use these orthographic views to make an isometric drawing of each solid. Okay, so we have two different ones here. And let's see what we can get. So what does the top tell us?
It's a rectangle and a trapezoid.
Okay, so a rectangle and a let's look at we're looking at this first one. These are two separate shapes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So it's a rectangle and a square.
A rectangle and a square. So how big is this rectangle?
2 blocks.
Okay, so it'd be like 2 blocks, and this is 1 and 1. And so how big is this one?
2.
2. Okay, because this is 1 here and this is 1 here. All right, so when we go to make this, that's the shape we can kind of start out with, is we want a 2 by 1. Okay, how about the front view of it?
Just a
It's a rectangle. How long is it? 2, right? Because it's this one. And then 1. And the right side is how long? The right side? It'd be 2 again, and...
I see it. Oh, I see it. Okay.
Okay.
So it's like a Tetris piece?
Yeah, it's kind of like
It's
a...
like a 3D Tetris piece.
Yeah, it's like a 3D Tetris piece. Okay, so we always want to start from the corner. The isometric is a corner. So I'm going to use this corner, kind of think.
Then you won't be able to see it. If that's the corner that faces you, you won't be able to see it.
Yeah, you would, because you can still see the top.
You should do the inside corner.
We can do different ones. I'll show you this one, and then we can try different ones. Okay, so I'm going to think about, okay, well, if here's that corner, I'm going to go 2 to the right
Why?
and 2 to the left.
Oh,
Okay, because I'm going 2 each direction. And then from that, so I just made this line and this line. Okay, so then I need to go 1. So this one's going to go 1 from there. I can't see because of my pencil. Hold on, did I do? Yeah, so I'm going to go 1 over here, and then I could come
do you do 1
in 1. Do what?
you entered it.
Okay, so yeah, so I just went 1 and in 1, and it does look a little weird, and then I'm going to go out 1, and then I would connect that one.
What?
It's okay. So I just did you could, like, it's like the top of it. And then I'm going to, I can bring it down 1. Okay, bring this down 1 and bring this down 1 because that's its height, we know. And then connect those pieces. So it is like a 3D Tetris piece. Now, like I said, you could do a different corner. Like you said, you could try to choose a different corner and draw it. So like if we chose this corner, perhaps, I haven't practiced that one, so we might have to do some trial and error.
Don't worry about
What was I saying? Gunner is so excited. So it'd be 2 and 1. And then, oh, I didn't leave enough room to do 2 there. Doggone. Okay, so we may just not leave it. Or we may just leave it. Now the other one, okay, it is very tricky. I feel like it's a lot trickier to do. So I gave you the 3 orthographics here, the top, the front, and the right. This is what it should look like on the isometric. But it's actually very challenging to get. No, this is for the other one. Remember, there were 2 parts here. So like maybe I should cut this in half. Okay, so we have 2. It says use the orthographic views to make an isometric of each solid. There's 2 different solids here. But I actually wanted to give you like what it should look like. Okay, because it has this piece right here is the hardest part to get. But we understand like it's too deep. Okay? And then here we can tell, all right, well it's 2 across and it's too tall. We know this. So there are different ways that you can approach it. For me, yeah, it's very hard. For me, I'm going to start with the easiest part. Okay, I'm just going to start with that rectangle, and I know that rectangle is too tall from this piece. Right? Those are the same thing. So it's 2 tall, sorry, not 2, and 3 across. Yeah, my bad. Okay, so that's what I'm going to start with, is making my rectangle that is, let's see, I'm going to make sure I give myself enough room here. So it's 1 across, right? I'm looking at my top, and I'm going to go 3 back from there. This is my angle, though, so 1, 2, 3. That doesn't look right on my paper at all.
It's wrong.
It is wrong. Yeah, I went to the wrong angle. That's what I'm telling you, like isometric dot paper. It's fun, but not the easiest thing to do. Should be this one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I feel like this one's wrong too.
Nope.
No, it is right.
You
Okay.
always gotta go in between 2.
Right. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's the top. The top here is what I'm going with. Okay. And then I know it's too tall, so I'm going to go down 1, 2, down 1, 2. There's kind of like the back of it. Are we good with that? Because I know that
I have an extra line.
you have an extra line.
Oh,
That's okay. That's okay. So because I know that this is taller, that the back one is taller, I'm going to go ahead and bring this down 1 and show that. I'm going to draw the line through there showing like, okay, it's stair stepping down. Okay, like it was, if it was stairs, it'd be a little bit easier. The tricky part to this one, this is why I hate it, is it's got this curve, the trapezoid in it. Well, yeah, it doesn't curve. Okay, so now we have to figure out how to get this trapezoid shape in there. So we still know that it's 3 wide. Okay, we're showing here that it's 3 wide. Okay, and that it's comes out the 1. Okay, but it's like getting that curve in there is where it struggles. So instead of so one thing that I do, don't draw this, is sometimes it helps me to think like, okay, if I drew,
Would the curve be actually straight on the paper? The only one that's horizontal?
yes. Okay, that's okay. But so here's the thing is I'm like, okay, if I went 1 more here, okay, if I was coming out that same angle, it would come to here. So then I have to pick, I'm like, okay, but it needs to curve, so it's actually going to come out to straight to this one. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Like to get my right perspective, and then I would erase this line. But I had to use it to get my right perspective of how far out.
With the curve and it being horizontal, would it actually be 2 dots to make 1?
It's actually like a distance of 3, right? Because I went 1. Okay, is it 2?
Yeah, 2.
1, 2. Yeah, yeah. Okay, and then from there, let's see, I'm trying to think. Because mine, I had to try like 7 times before I ever got it right. See, and on my paper, I actually have it. Because here I don't have one I can connect it to that's parallel to these. Let's see. Do I? Would I go here? See, that doesn't seem to look right. Not the best. And I can tell you, I practiced and practiced and practiced. Because let's see. Because I actually, on my paper, went 3 to make it look right.
No,
And,
you did.
huh?
I did it.
You did 3?
I think I did it right.
Okay.
1, 2, and you do 2 there, and then you do flat.
Yeah, but see, then you have a straight edge, and then you have another edge, and another edge, and another edge. I know, right? Because it's supposed to be like this edge. We wouldn't see the back side, because this is like the back, since we're drawing it from the front. We're drawing it kind of like from this corner here,
Did I do it?
or from this corner here, I guess.
No, I didn't. Oh, I know. Yeah.
So let's see. So this one comes down another one.
I'm pretty sure I did it this time. Yeah,
And
and you just go down
even
one more with that.
one more.
And then
Yeah.
you just connect those 2 lines.
That doesn't look right.
Why?
Oh, I know what I did. I need to bring it out from here as well. This is the part. There we go. And then this would connect down. Doesn't quite look right.
You did it wrong.
I did do it wrong on there. But I should have brought it out here and brought this one down here
I did it.
and then connected those.
I did it.
Nope, that's done. I still need to bring it out 3 like I said before. So I'm going to bring this one out to here
Did you do it?
and then connect it. Then these come down. If you didn't get it, it is perfectly acceptable. There we go, finally. It might help too to do some shading, like on your top. Like be like, okay, here's the top of that one, and here's the top trapezoid shape. If that would help. I don't know. It's not the best, but again, like this is why I was like, here's what it should look like. Let's see if you can make it look like that.
I eventually did.
Hey, you guys did way better than I did. Yeah. All right. Nice. Again, it's trial and error. Like I want you to, and that's the thing is I want you to see like, okay, I can get this. It's not easy. Like, yeah, I get to draw pictures, but they're not necessarily the easiest pictures in the world. Okay. On the back. Okay, we're going to use the isometric view to draw each view of the object. So I want you to use your blocks here to make this isometric shape. I'm going to use your... Oh, I have enough. Okay, I was going to say I have to take you apart. So how big do you think this is? No, example 3. You think it's like 3 up?
It's 3.
All right. So we're we can okay. That's what I would say is a 3 by 3, but that's what I'm going to look at. Okay.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
So we built this shape right here, 3-dimensional. It's kind of hard to see. 3-dimensional on there. Okay. So we need the front view. Yep. Okay. Or the top view, actually, it says first. Okay. So if we take it and we do our top view, we would draw a rectangle. That's about 3 But notice how this one, right, the blue one is taller. So we would draw a line about a third of the way across there. Or, like, you know, in my case, like, I don't know, 2/5 of the way across there. So it looks like, oh, this is 1 and this is 2 kind of grouped together. Okay. Next up, it says a front view. So we would look at the, oh, sorry, the front according to this. Notice it says front here. So we would have to turn it to front. Okay, and we just see 3 straight lines there. I can't hold it, it's going to fall. So we would do front. It would be just like this. We don't have to put any lines in there because they all are flush with each other. All right, and then we need the right view. Okay, so again, if it's looking like this and this is my front, I turn it to the left so I can look at the right side and I've got that L shape. And so I would just go and make the L shape. And there are orthographic views. Sorry, it should say to draw each view of the object, but remember, so those are the orthographic views. Okay, perfect. All right, then we're going to look at perspective drawing, which is what's next. So perspective drawing is a drawing that captures how three-dimensional objects appear to the eye in real life. And they take into account the fact that an object will appear smaller in the distance than up close. So 2 main components of perspective drawings, okay, are the horizon, which is the eye level of the observer. So in this case, the horizon is this horizontal line in all of these. And the second main part is the vanishing point. Okay, so the vanishing point is the place where parallel lines appear to meet, because again, they're vanishing. So our vanishing point, we have 1 vanishing point in 1-point perspective. We have 2 vanishing points in 2-point perspective. And we have 3 vanishing points in 3-point perspective. Hence the terms 1-point, 2-point, and 3-point. Okay, it is a lot of points. Okay, so in 1-point perspective, okay, all the horizontal edges run away from the viewer. So like this is a horizontal edge, if I could get it to trace, of the shape, and it's disappearing to the back, right?
I thought that's vertical.
Those are horizontal lines of the shape, right? It's the, I know, like that's confused. I get that. Those are the horizontal edges of this prism. And they're running away from the viewer, so they appear to converge at that first vanishing point. In 2-point, we have 2 sets of parallel horizontal edges. Okay, so these edges are disappearing to the right side, while the other edges over here, again, they're horizontal, it's the top of the building, the top of the prism, are disappearing to the left. Okay, but they're the horizontal edges. What was that?
What about this other 2?
Okay. Oh, sorry, on the bottom, good call. So we also have, this is a horizontal edge, it's the base, and this is a horizontal edge. It's another base of the building. Good call. All right. Vertical edges are always drawn parallel to each other. Okay, the vertical edges always stay vertical and parallel. The vertical edges.
They don't look parallel.
They would be parallel because they don't merge.
Yeah, the 3-point perspective does.
In the 3-point it does, but I'm talking 2-point still. I'm still here on 2-point. Okay, then it says since the object is drawn below the horizon, so remember here the yellow is the horizon, we drew the object below the horizon, it appears the viewer is looking down on the object a little bit. They're below our eyesight. Okay, they're below the horizon. Next up, 3-point perspective. The vertical edges this time appear to converge to a 3rd vanishing point. So this time it's these edges, the vertical edges that are added in 3-point. In 2-point, it's the 2 sets of horizontal. In vertical, or the 3-point, the vertical edges are going to vanish as well. Again, this one's below the horizon, so that adds the additional perspective of height, of how tall the building is. So in example 4, I've got it started for you of how to do it, but we're going to make a 3-point perspective drawing of a rectangular building with the viewer's eye level near the base of the building. Okay, so draw a horizon, and place 2 vanishing points on it. That's already been done for you. Okay, this yellow is the horizon there, and the 2 vanishing points. So we have, because we're doing 3-point perspective, right? That's what it said, make a 3-point perspective. It does seem like you're in art class. All right, so then we want to place another vanishing point above the horizon. So that's the point up here. You could place it anywhere along there, but that's what we've got. Okay, so there's our setup for our vanishing points, okay, to get you started. Now, I gave you point B1, okay, is near the horizon, but it is beneath the horizon because it represents the corner of the building, that's why it's B, that is close to the viewer's eye level, right? Because we wanted it with the viewer's eye level near the base. So we want it close to the horizon, like we're standing there. All right, now is the new stuff we need to do. So all this was done for you. We want to place 2 points to represent the bottom edges of the building. So there are these dashed lines that we would need. So somewhere on the dashed line, put the 2 points for the bottom edge of your building. Okay, those are going to be the bottom corners, actually, I should say. Those are going to be the corner of your building. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and draw the line. So it's going to, this is the front corner, and these are the end corners of my building.
Why would you draw it to me?
Because that's the front corner. Because it's the perspective is I'm standing in front of it, and it's disappearing above and to the side. Yeah, I'm standing right at the corner. Okay, and then I need some height to my building. So I need another point. Where I want higher. Okay.
No, wait.
Higher's good. Okay, how about here?
Yeah.
All right. So that's going to be the height of my building. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that front edge of my building.
Okay, so will the other 2 edges kind of go in more?
Okay, so here's the thing that's going to help us. We can draw these lines, but we have to think about where we're putting them. Okay, let's see. So we did place 2 points, place 1 point. It says draw thin dash perspective lines connecting the points. So here's the thing. This point, so I already had the perspective lines to here that we traced. But we're going to have some more of this. Where does this point need to connect to make the vertical line of the building?
Yeah,
P3.
P3.
He is correct. Okay, so it's a vertical line. So we want to connect it to P3. And so we're going to connect this one to P3 as well. It does. And notice it doesn't touch the top of our building. That's okay.
Huh?
I said notice it doesn't touch the top of our building.
Yeah, but you also got to do the horizontal one.
Right, we have to do the horizontal ones. So that's the tricky part, is we need this from this point.
That point will go to P2 or P1 or both?
To both. Okay, because so this is the thing with putting it so close, is we're not going to have very long, the top of our building is not going to be very long.
It's a tall building.
It is a tall building. Well, and mine went too far out, so I'm going to have to try again. Oh, dang it. Maybe I should go from P1 to that point. Okay, so maybe I should do the other way so I can see it. Okay? Because these are going to be, I know you're like, wait a minute, what?
You do a dot on the intersecting. That is curved.
That is curved.
My dot wasn't that low.
Okay. Okay, so then we can trace our building. So we're going to trace our vertical line on the perspective until it intersects, and then we can trace the roof. We can draw our vertical line till it intersects, and then we can trace our roof. Maybe not the best looking building that you've got. That's why I gave you a second one to try again and see.
Right, let's make it plump and short.
Let's make it what?
Short and plump.
Short and plump. Okay. So how about here? And we'll take it out to here. We'll do a short and plump building. I like it. So, okay. If you have a ruler and you want to use a ruler, feel free. My lines are still curved. Mine's going to have a little arc to it. I'll do a better job maybe when I actually draw it. And so that's it, like working on these. And so I have isometric dot paper for you with your homework to use. And it says 5 through 20 all in your homework, which is unusual, I know, and then 32 through 33. But a lot of them are like, it's A, B, C, D. Like you're picking which shape would this match with? Which shape would this match with? Like you're doing a lot more picking the right shape than having to make them yourself. All right, so I'll let you get started.